Good morning, everyone. Do you ever feel like you need some help? You starting off your Monday mornings and you're thinking, I got a ton of stuff to do, but I'm starting to feel overwhelmed and I don't know who to ask and where to go. There's always a way to solve these problems. So today I'm going to go over the importance of asking for help so we can hopefully push ourselves and put ourselves out there so we can get the help we need and get where we want to go. So thinking of why it's important. Additionally, the people that help me, kind of a team I've created around myself to create some success. And additionally, what is one step forward? What are the biggest priorities that you have going on? It's going to be a banger of a show, everyone. Happy Monday morning. Let's get to work. Cheers. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Talk Terror Morning Show, where we go over tips, tricks, ideas, and exercise to help make you the absolute best version of yourself, not only for yourself, but for the people you love and care about most. This morning, we're going to be talking about asking for help. Asking for help. Turns out we can't do it all. Or our last guest Friday we had on the show. That was really fun. James, if you didn't check out episode 430, you can always go to YouTube and go check out that, our new friend from Australia. But we can do anything we want. We just can't do everything. You can do anything, but you can't do everything. So I think there comes a time where we all need help and support in some way, shape, or form. There's probably a good chance that you suck at a lot of stuff. But I'm willing to bet there's a handful of things that you're really good at. So if we can focus on the things you're really good at and get help and support for the things that we suck at, I think we can be on the right track for success. Well, tune in with me, folks. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start out this video. I think it's always good to have an explanation for these things, like 5 reasons why it's important to ask for help. So why is it actually important? I'm going to switch over my mics here, so we'll take a second. How's everyone doing this morning? Are we getting up and at 'em? We feeling ready to rock and roll? I was so ahead of myself jumping on the board. I forgot to put in my microphone. If you're ever curious what this company's called, AnchorWorks. If you want to sponsor the show, I'll give you a shout out. I'll tag you in the description. I would love one of your mics for free. But essentially, you just kind of put it on your shirt. Let me go to settings real quick. Good morning. Good morning. Monday morning stuff, right? Technical difficulties. All right. We should be ready to rock and roll. Everyone hear me all right? All right. You need the lapel one if you're going to go to a board bouncing around, yada, yada. Anyway, back to 5 reasons why it's important to ask for help. First off, diverse perspectives. Diverse perspectives. We want to get other people's opinions because it turns out when we're in the woods, and you're thinking of this analogy, you're in the woods and you're looking around and you're trying to get out of the woods. The goal is to get out, but you can't really see outside of the woods. So it's hard to see what's coming. It's hard to know which direction is the right direction to go. And these people who can support us, family, coaches, mentors, all these people have the 10,000-foot view that we do not to help us steer us in the right way. So I like to get diverse perspectives because there's very often, and we'll talk about a real estate story here shortly, so stick around till the end to hear the story. But there's so many instances where just having a different perspective helped shape my own. Number 2, after getting a diverse perspective, a few more perspectives on it, we want learning. So reason number 2 of why it's important to ask for help, so don't be scared to ask for help today, this wonderful Monday morning, is learning. People know stuff that we don't. I can't tell you how much stuff I've been learning in the last year. I've probably learned more about business in the last year than I have in my entire life. And it's a lot. Thanks to Jocelyn and her marketing company. Thanks to Steve, my wonderful, amazing coach. thanks to Rich, my mentor, thanks to one of my best buddies who's in personal training and fitness, like so many people. We'll go over the list of people who are helping me. But there's a lot of stuff that I don't know. And there's a lot of stuff that I'm willing to bet you don't know. If you're watching this show, you're probably wanting to learn something. I'm making this show to learn myself, to try and learn how to be a better speaker, be a better communicator, be a better salesman. So we're all trying to learn. We're all trying to grow. Aristotle got it right. The greatest feeling that man can have is this like feeling of growth and gaining knowledge and so many things. But I think to do that, we have to take the works of and opinions of other people. Granted, don't take everything everyone says for gospel, right? You need to learn a little bit about the right and a little bit about the left and try and figure out which way makes the middle for you. But learning comes in at number 2 of why we need to ask for help. We'll learn something. Next up is efficiency and productivity. It is 1,000,000 times faster to get the help you need. When people already know, you can either A, do it yourself. So I'm going to pull up one of my exercises for my 1-page life plan. I am pulling it. Okay, so this is the values worksheet that you can get for free. You just need to comment or ask me for it. I'll give it to you for free. But this is the first week of the class, and I give this to people for free because you got to give goodies. People got to get a better idea of what it is that you do. All right, so let's zoom into here. So I had a graphic designer make this. I did not make this. I had the ideas, and I put together the questions. I put together the branding. I put together like my YouTube show and the website and all this kind of stuff. But I didn't make this. Like, I don't know how to do these check boxes and all this fancy stuff, or I don't know how to like create text boxes that you can save and you can change over time. Or if you go to the top, you're able to, we have a feature that as you're typing, you can there's a scrolling feature. So you can keep going on into infinity. So you can keep using this as a digital ledger and add to it, or chop and delete it. Anyway, there's a bunch of smooth, sexy features on this thing that I did not create. I didn't know how to do it, and I didn't want to learn how to do it. So I paid somebody to do that. And so maybe you're in the boat of, okay, Tanner, I don't have the money to do that. Then you either have the money to pay somebody to do it, or you go to YouTube University and you learn how to do it. Or you go work for somebody who's already doing that, and then you learn from them and you get paid for it. Small amounts over time, learn, get different perspectives like the stuff we're talking about. But I'm telling you, it is just asking for help. For some reason, I mean, I think this is really common. That's why I was excited to do this episode today, is we're so scared to ask for help. It's like, well, then I'll look weak. Then I'll look dumb. Then I am bothering them. And we're gonna get to a really powerful answer here up on the board why that's absolutely not true. People actually like to help. Okay, so we got a lot of emotions going on. So that gets into our 4th reason of why it's important to ask for help: emotional support. Humans are social creatures. We like to connect. We like to chat. We like to talk about, what do I got going on? What do you got going on? People love to complain. People love to talk about their problems. And I'm going to tell you a little life hack. And I'm not saying use people. What I am saying, though, if you intentionally listen to people, what do you have going on? Oh, yes, that's really hard. That's tough. Have you thought about trying this? I don't know how you handle all this stuff. Just listening, deep listening, giving them mirroring, using keywords, firing it back at them to show that we're listening and you're caring and you're listening. And then these are the people who are going to be willing to help you. So if you want help from somebody, help them. Be like, hey, I was thinking about you, which you were not lying. You were thinking about them. Hey, I was thinking about you. I was wondering what you thought about this. I really like your opinions on things. What do you think about this? Give them a compliment. Works pretty much every time. I ask a lot of people for help. I am not scared to ask for help anymore. I acknowledge there's a lot of things I suck at. So I'd much rather take the time to just ask for help. 1, I'm already building another connection. And 2, I'm going to learn how to do it a hell of a lot faster. But don't just go like, hey, I know you do this, so do this for me. Ask them, how are you doing? I just wanted to check in. I wanted to get your thoughts on a few things. Is that okay? Think if somebody asked you that, like, hey, Tanner, I really like your morning show. That's an easy way to make me smile. I was wondering what you thought about this. Oh, yeah, sure. I'll help you out. No, not a problem. Go figure, right? Works every time. All right. After emotional support, then number 5 on reasons why it is important to ask for help, collaboration and feedback. 2 heads is always better than 1. There's something crazy about just a couple people looking at things or a couple people sitting down. When I think of my college days in my master's program, there's a group of people and I had to take this like I can't even remember the title of it, but it was like a mix of tech and finance, and it was just a bunch of garbage. I couldn't stand it. I sucked at it, is really what was going on. Didn't find the class that interesting. Either way, but we had a ton of homework. And so I got with like 3 other people, and we would meet up and we would talk about the problems. We'd talk about our answers. We would talk about how we're improving. And when we told the instructor about our little study group, he was really impressed. He was like, this is what life's about. When you don't know what the hell you're doing, you ask your teachers, your mentors, or your coaches, or whoever is your teacher now, or you ask your peers, your coworkers, your clients, other people, and you collaborate and you figure it out. And I'm telling you, the feedback I have gotten, the things that I thought were the worst ended up being the best, and the things I ended up thinking were the best were the worst. It's weird. Everyone, it's so insane to me that no one's world is the same. Yes, a chair looks like a freaking chair, but your feelings and your emotions, and say if there's a chair and your grandma died in that chair compared to if your best friend gave you that chair, how you feel and see the chair is like, you see what I'm saying about how the worlds are different? We need to talk about that more on a separate occasion, but collaboration and feedback is what I'm saying, because everyone views things so differently that it can really help get the answers that we need to get done when we want to get done. All right. So that was 5 reasons why it's important to ask for help. Now we're going to go on to, we have a little bonus. So problem solving. We talked about there. Have you ever heard of 1 + 1 = 3? And no, I'm not just an idiot with math. What I'm talking about is that when you take one person and you take another person and you put them together and they create something that is more valuable than, what's an even easier way? The sum of its parts, right? So the value being greater than the sum of its parts. So we have individual parts. So there's one person and here's one person. I think I'm going to have to rewatch that because I think I just butchered it again. It's Monday morning, folks. Give me a break. Either way, you know what I'm saying? You have one person here, one person here. We have some ideas. We sit down, we lock the damn door, and we just start getting to work. And we have way better ideas over the next hours, just feedback. We're getting diverse perspectives. We're learning. We're increasing the productivity. We're giving each other emotional support. We're collaborating, giving each other feedback. And I believe this solves problems. We all have problems in our life, and they're never going away. Problems are never going away. They will always be here. And I find it relieving because it's like, what life would be boring if you just wished all the problems away. What would we even do with our time? So problems are always going to be here. That's okay. We've learned to accept that, and we're using somebody else. And by having somebody else, we solve the problems quicker. Thus, 1 + 1 = 3, right? Okay. That was confusing enough, Tanner. I get it. Let's get to the list. The list of people I get help from. So we're going to go over the list of people I get help from. Let's do this on the board. I think this would be a little bit more fun. I'm going to wipe this off. I should have wrote this off to the side. But we're asking for helps, folks. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing this wonderful Monday morning? Are we feeling a little tired? Did we watch too much football? Did we drink some beer? Did we eat too much food? Did we get our workouts in over the weekend? I know I got mine in. I'm feeling physically, I've been feeling on top of the world lately. I think my productivity for work has been a little down. over the holidays. I'm not going to lie, but we have this gym in our basement that we've been buying a lot of equipment for, and it's been really fun working out. I've been really on top of it lately. So I'm proud of myself for that. Don't be scared to write down what you're proud of, what you've been working on, the gains of life, the things that have been going well. I feel like we're so power hungry that it's so easy to forget all the good things that are going on in our lives. Okay. All righty. I need a piece of chalk to write on this bad boy. Good morning, everyone. Everyone, remember, every hour on the hour, take a deep, intentional breath. Woo. Every hour on the hour, take a deep, intentional breath. Don't forget that. All right, but let's get back to the people. These are the people that are changing my life for the better. And no, you don't need this exact list. What you need is your own team, your own sphere. But this is my team, my powerhouse team that has really been changing my life. Okay, so the first one we have up is my life coach. So shout out to my coach, Steve. You're absolutely amazing. So we have a life coach. I've talked to Steve about my traumas as a kid. There's some stuff that was jacked up that wasn't going well, made me really emotional, and I've worked through a lot of stuff. I believe we all have this energy inside of us in different capacities of our past. If you dislike something very strongly, there's a reason behind it, or at least I'm a big believer in that, and I think there's things that we can work through. Anything outside of us, it's our interpretation and the narrative that we derive that is actually causing the pain and the separation within these things. And so if you feel so strongly about this, chances are there's a reason why. If you really don't like alcohol, or if you really don't like being overweight, or if you don't like a certain demographic of people, like it's something inside of you that is at fault. And no judgment, right? No judgment. And these are the things that we want to improve on. And this is why I work with a life coach. There's a lot of things, faults I have of my own that I'm continuing to chip away at. And it feels really good. Next up is I have a business coach. There's certain things that I just don't know how to build yet. And I want to be the best. I find it hard to believe that if I want to be the best business and life coach in the business, I should probably have a life and a business coach. And so I see this a lot in our industry, people who I'm shifting over and trying to get hired on to do our work and do our programs and do our trainings and improve our leadership and values and purpose, all these great things. That if you're not willing to invest in it yourself, who else will? If you don't believe in it, then who else will? And these are a few things that just another reason why I dive into it. And the accountability is night and day. I don't know how anybody does anything without any accountability. Next up is we have a mentor. These are a lot more just fun conversations. How did I find a mentor? I wrote 100 handwritten letters in cursive in Chicago. I've probably already told the story 100 times. I found the top 50. I didn't write 100. That's a lie. I wrote 50, which is still a lot, dang it. But I took the top 50 producers in Chicago and I wrote all handwritten letters to them and I gave them to them. And I was like, I want to learn from you. I don't know shit about nothing. I don't know anything about anything. I will work for free. I will give you my time. You're a rock star. I'd compliment them. I'd look up their portfolios. I'd write some compliments in. And I had a few people write me back. And one of them that wrote me back, his name's Rich. And I have a bunch of stories with Rich. He was a really cool dude. And yeah, so having a mentor in my life absolutely changed my life. And the next person on the team member is a personal trainer. Personal trainer. Personal. This is where I learned a lot of my workouts. This is where I learned a lot of like the splits, the breaks, the foods to eat, how to move my body, when to stretch. It turns out stretching's so good to do after the workouts and doing these dynamic warm-ups that I'm doing before my workouts. We talked about the Peaceful Warrior workout as the rhythm bumping and grooving that I got from Dan Milligan. But so much good has come from personal training. So if you don't know how to work out and you don't know how to move your body, then we need to find somebody, because if you don't have your health, if you don't have your vitality, you don't got shit. So I'm a big believer in hiring this stuff out if you don't know what to do. And again, Tanner, but I don't have the money. It's like YouTube University. You either got the time or you either got the money. One of the two. And if you don't have the time, then you got to make the time. Probably got to cut some crap out that's wasting your time. Yada, yada. Okay, next up, team member is girlfriend. Shout out to my girlfriend. There's a lot of stuff that she does that I have no idea how to do. She's been an absolute team member. And if you're going to be in a relationship with somebody, they should probably bring things to the table that make your life better. Relationships are here to improve our lives, not hinder them. A lot of times I see people, well, there's one person who I was working with, very unfortunate. He really loves this girl, but she brings him down, doesn't let him do the things he wants to do. And I'm like, you need to, like, who's this for? Is the relationship for you? Is the relationship for her? Like, who's the relationship for? And these are the questions we need to ask ourselves. These partnerships, 1 + 1 = 3. If you and your partner don't combine to make a 3, then you need to get the hell out of it. And you need to find somebody else, because there's billions of people on this planet who are loving, supporting, nurturing, and caring, and want to do everything to see you succeed. Okay. Next up is family. So next on my team is my family. My family helps me through a ton of stuff. I'm probably closer with my mom than anybody, but my mom, my brother, my sister, my grandfather's still alive, my girlfriend, her family, we're all really close. And in the past, I never really spent a lot of time or a lot of emotion or just like listening and learning what other people needed. And this one I've really bumped up and on my level of support and things I can do. And again, shout out to my girlfriend. She really values family at a high level. So building out that family, that team, that family has really changed my life for the better. So if you do have some family, and maybe you'll need to create your own. I know on our Thursday morning's episode with Elias last week, you can go to YouTube and check out that video with Elias. And he talked about how he didn't have a lot of people around for Christmas. So they're making like groups and like opportunities for people to meet up over Christmas. So I think there's always options. It's just, the question is, as Tony Robbins would say, it's not resources, it's resourcefulness. Okay. The last people in my family are actually my clients. So I ask a lot of feedback from my clients. What do you think about this product? What do you think about these questions? What do you think about this coaching exercise? What do you think about this system? What do you think about this sales pitch? These are the consumers. These are the people who have bought something from me. So I want to learn from these people what makes it work, what makes it awesome, what are some testimonials, what are some reviews, how can we learn, how can we improve? But this is my team, my superpower team that I put together. I think the questions we want to ask for ourselves here at home today, as we're kind of thinking and we're journaling a little bit this morning, is who are the team members I need? Who can I ask for help? Whether it's organizing, it's eating the right foods, it's exercising, moving our bodies, it's moving our business, it's talking about past traumas. Life is hard. Life is complicated. It's a bunch of crazy bullshit. So we want to make sure that we have the right people in our corner. And you might as well get used to it, because fulfillment is through the connections of what is most admired. Oh, man, I was writing down something really beautiful about this earlier. But I believe that really the meaning of life and stuff that makes it so awesome is this like ability to help people, is ability to work with people. And when we help other people and we get help from other people, I think we feel more connected. I think we feel happier. I think we feel healthier. And I think of so many of these things that we talked about, the benefits, such as getting diverse perspectives. You don't want to be that person who's just like so limited in their thinking. You just want to learn and grow. You want to be just more efficient and productive with tools and technology and people. We can accomplish so much more and make such a bigger impact now. Emotional support. Emotions are nuts. It is like down in the brainstem, the instincts, all the emotions, all this crazy stuff going on with human beings. We need support. Again, you need feedback, or else you don't know how to change it and improve it. Crucial part, and we want to solve a lot of problems. So Again, this was my list of people I get help from, but ask yourselves, who are the team members? Where can I get support? Maybe it's a mentor. Maybe it's a life coach. Maybe it's a business coach. Maybe it's a mentor. Maybe it's a personal trainer. Maybe it's a partner. Maybe it's a family member. Maybe it's your clients. So whatever it is. And the wild thing is, I wanted to put this note on here. The wild thing is people want to help. Do you want to help people? That's my question for you today. Do you want to help people? Yes or yes? Probably you're going to say yes. If not, then this show's probably not for you. Because we're just trying to help people. Sometimes we just need to swallow our pride and make the ask. So if you need help with something, you let it rip. Say it in a smart way. Don't be a dumbass and just ask people like, hey, do this, do that for me. Talk to people, listen to them, see if there's anything you can do for them, and then don't be scared to ask. I like to flip it around. Think like you're talking to your best friend. If your best friend was asking you for help, would you want him to ask for help? Hell yeah, you would. So why would it be any different with your family, your friends, your coworkers, your mentors, your coaches? Like, I'd pay a lot of these people. So it's like to just not ask like that, just be stupid. But all right, friends, that's all I got. That's all I have for the reasons why it's important to ask for help. This episode was all about asking people for help. So if you know anyone who struggles to ask for help, share this episode. Maybe it'll shed some light, maybe inspire them to take some action on getting what they need to get done. All right. Before we head out of here, I wanted to share with you guys, that is actually so this is the free exercise people get, but that's not what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about my website page. So it is done. So you can go to, let's start with Google. So you go over to the top tab and you type in oneplp.com, transform your life. I want people to start being nicer to themselves. Sounds simple, but people do not do this. And it is my mission to help people do this. And if you want, you can go check out the free training. So just in 30 days, I'm going to show you how to, through the one-page life plan, completely transform your life. Just get out of your head. And we have real results, real proof on here. So go ahead and check this video out. This is new. So this is our sales video letter that we just dropped. So go ahead and check it out. Let me know what you think. And I'll be checking you guys out on the next episode. Again, send somebody over to oneplp.com to see our coaching products and how we can help you transform your life today. All righty, friends. It's time for me to bounce. Got a lot of work to do. It's Monday morning. We're moving and grooving. But in case you needed to hear it, I love you. You're a badass. You got this. Let's have an incredible, incredible Monday. And I will be back here live 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, episode 432, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right, friends, have a good one. Check you later. Peace out.